Hello friends, my name is Shayla and today I'm here to do a book review for you. It's been a little bit since I've done a book review, so I'm excited to dig in and give you guys another one. Today's book is In Spite of Lions by Scarlett Pike. This is a Christian historical fiction taking place in the mid-1800s. Our protagonist, Anna, is running away from London society. She has bought passage on a boat that she doesn't know where it's sailing. This is a book about so many different things. You see Anna grow in strength as she gets away from her situation in London. She realizes she's independent. This is very much a woman escaping oppression and coming into something that's wonderful and beautiful, and also with the help of God and the lovely godly people that she comes across in her adventures. What she doesn't know is the ship is on its way to Africa. So we get lots of notes of how Africa was in the mid-1800s. I feel like this book opened my eyes to so many things I had never really thought about. The way they lived their lives, the way they survived, and the rough hardships that the African people went through, especially during the mid-1800s. Just as, slavery was lifted and things like that, and the things that happened within the land and within the country of Africa during that time. This was it really kind of kicks you in the gut in a lot of ways. This book was not always easy to read. There are some very harsh and difficult things that you read about in this book, but you understand why by the end of the book that you needed to understand those aspects of the story. Everything that happens in this book is for the benefit of our protagonist in a lot of ways. Her living this privileged lifestyle in London and then all of a sudden in the plains of Africa, not expecting to be there, she definitely takes the road of hard knocks to kind of figuring out life. And I love our protagonist for that. I also felt that this book was beautifully written. I feel like our author spent a lot of time with the story, making sure the writing was just right. It had the correct impact at the right time. I don't feel like anything was added for extra fluff, honestly. There are some very poignant moments where I found myself crying. I found myself laughing out loud, just like real life. I feel like we just stepped into Anna's life and spent some time with her and got to know her and the amazing people she was surrounded with at this point in her life. We spent a decent amount of time on the ship. We weren't with pirates, so don't expect pirates. These are good men who work for their living and work on this boat, and they are proud of who they are and what they do. And they are not pirates. They are just merchants that come back and forth from London to Africa. That tends to be their main voyage. And so I love the relationship that she builds with not only the passengers on the ship, but also the crew workers on the ship. There are so many aspects of this novel I would love to talk about, but those would be considered spoilers. I feel like I'm tiptoeing around spoilers anyway, but also know that we do come across an African chief in this novel who tends to be a fan of all things English. When you first meet him, he is in a three-piece suit in the middle of the heat in Africa. He is an eclectic character that I absolutely love and adore, and just the way he sits with life and all the superstitions of being the chief and all those kind of things. It's really wonderful. Like, I could sit here and talk about this book for hours, honestly, but I'm not going to do that to you guys because that's not what you're here for. Essentially, if you can't tell already, I gave In Spite of Lions 5 stars. This book, again, was beautiful. I am so grateful to the publisher and the author who made sure it got in my hands so that I could do this review for you guys. Again, just because it was sent to me does not change my opinion of it. If anything, I am more harsh on books that are sent to me than I am with books that aren't sent to me, the ones that I purchase myself. So do know that going into this novel is that I critiqued it really, really hard. I've got a couple tabs in there of some very poignant passages to me personally, But I am going to warn you, if you are not Christian, there's a good chance you won't enjoy this book, because it does have a lot of those notes of Christianity and God and all of those kind of things. So I know that's not everybody's thing out there, so please just be forewarned, if you're going to be super turned off to the story because it has notes of that, don't bother with this one. But I highly, highly, highly suggest you pick this book up. This book tore me up one side and down the other in so many ways. And it's definitely made me appreciate the life that I live now and the blessings that I have. So know that going into this book, and I really hope with all my heart you guys enjoy this one just as much as I did. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please go check out In Spite of Lions. I will leave a link down below to purchase it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and click the notification bell so that you know when I post new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.